Well, hello there. Welcome to Real WW Talk. I am Erin.
I'm Candice.
And I'm Rikki.
If you're listening on the podcast, you are missing this over on the video cast version. Once again, I've showed up looking like their schleppy cousin. That's how I live. But I adore that all three of us, the shows are sync. What was the word I want to use? How
mentally synced.
In sync.
Like, we're synced together because Candice is wearing like this olive and green and gray and taupe, and Rikki is wearing a shirt that is like this silvery taupey, and I've got the olive green.
I feel like we should have like a runway and we walk down and Candice is coming in. Little do you know that it has a stain on it from my toddler, and I found it over in the corner. But yes,
I'm wearing cheetah pants.
Yes, Rikki's like, no, in true fashion, my stuff actually looks good because
no, I'm wearing pajama shorts. Let's be real.
Candice, don't give us in true fashion because you were the one who put curls over her shoulder and the rest of it uncurled.
Truth. Yes, I remember those days, man. When I was working and I had to do the whole, just the back was not done, but up here looks great. Yeah. So when you're a stay-at-home mom now, I'm like, I don't even have to pretend there. Like, I'm not even going to do that.
I love it. It's so great. It's so great. Well, hey, we're glad to be spending time with you. Real WW Talk. It's just, as you can see, it's the three of us. We met in the WW meeting room if you are brand new here. And so we formed this friendship. As you can tell by now, we're starting to dress alike unintentionally. Yeah. That tells you how deep it goes, how deep it is.
I'll never regret the day that I jumped in there and said, we're going to be friends.
We're going to be.
Now you're dressing like me.
Well, we're glad to have you now a part of our circle. And one of the ways that you can be part of the circle is to come join us in the Real WW Talk Facebook group. You can search Real WW Talk on Facebook, and that's how you'll find us. Just make sure to answer all the questions so we know that you are not a bot. Because let me tell you what, the bots have gotten way more clever. It is astounding. So we do need to make sure that you actually answer all three questions so that we can let you in, and that makes a very healthy group. You will find incredible content in there, not only people to encourage, but people who encourage you. Real WW Talk is worldwide, which is crazy to say that. But we have people not only in the US who listen, but Ireland and Australia and Canada. Shout out to our communities, our non-USA communities. We love you and are so glad that you're a part of the trek too, because we know that the WW programs a smidgy different in those different areas as well.
And I'm not going to be disrespectful and do the accents like I want to be like, hello, mate, because that'd be ridiculous. So I won't do that, but we're so happy to have you along for the ride.
Listen, there's some real gems that you can find in the Facebook group. And this one came from Vicky. She said, FYI, Starbucks Grande pumpkin spice tea latte is 18 points. A 5-ounce glass of wine is 4 points. Oh. Choose wisely, my friends.
Sometimes you pumpkin, sometimes you don't. So 18 points.
That cracked me up when I read it because I was like, you know what? She's right. Choose wisely. Which made me think about a topic for us today, because we touched on it briefly last week, but the things that are worth it to us. Mm-hmm. Now, to someone, that 18-point pumpkin spice latte may be 100% worth it. And to someone else, that glass of wine, they're like, well, I'll have 2 glasses at that, at that price point, and I'm still coming under. I don't need the pumpkin spice latte. Mm-hmm. So what are some things, just to noodle on, ladies, what are some things that are worth it to you that you will, I'm spending the points on this?
Rikki, you want to go first?
Keeping with the fall trend, I have shared this before. I am a sucker for anything that says limited edition and, seasonal items. But I don't find that I go crazy for them like I used to. Like, I legitimately one year bought 3 boxes of pumpkin spice Oreos. Not Oreos. What is it? Cheerios. I only like chocolate Oreos. I don't like vanilla base. Anyway, that's a side story.
Whole different thing.
Not worth it.
Not worth it for Rikki.
Cheerios, and I didn't even eat them before they expired. Like I've learned over the years to truly like enjoy the things that are seasonal and not hoard them. And I think that's helped. For example, I mean, the pumpkin spice latte, when it came out, I got it the first day. Actually, it's the pumpkin cream cold brew that I actually prefer. And Erin, have you not had that before? You had
No, because it's all dairy. They don't make anything.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
And
sorry.
even the things like some of the things you go, oh, there's no way there's dairy. There's dairy in the different syrups. So like
You can't do the alternative.
even in Dunkin' doesn't have everything. So if you're a vegan or lactose person like me, we got nothing.
Well,
right on that parade.
I'm like,
that's something that's not worth it to Erin.
Way to bring that conversation to a grinding halt.
But Rikki, if she could have it, that would be something that
pumpkin cold brew with the foam and all, like, not gonna lie, I have eaten that so many times through looking at people's Instagrams and stuff. Like, I want it so badly.
But it is high in points. And I remember forgetting that because a lot of the cold brew drinks I feel like are a little bit lower in points, depending on what you get. But the seasonal one has a lot of points in it. So I got it the first day they had it, and I think I tracked it at around 12 points for the grande. And I think I've had it one other time since, and I don't have the same feeling I used to of like, let me get as many as I can while they're here. It's just like, I'm going to enjoy it 2, maybe 3 times this season, may have the points for it. I did have a pumpkin muffin one time when I had my drink, and that was an atrocious amount of points, but I tracked it and moved on. I'm probably not going to get that again, but to me, having the drink maybe 3 times this season is something that's worth it.
It's worth it to you, and you're planning it. You're making room for it.
Mm-hmm. Mine is probably very simplistic. I mean, there's a lot of things I could name, but to start off, I will spend points always for mayonnaise, and not fat-free, not low fat, like mayonnaise for a sandwich, because I cannot stand a dry, and don't come to me and say mustard, because get out of my face with that, like blasphemy.
Hearts of palm, mustard, carrot, mustard. Have you guys seen that whole trend? Chicken sausage, mustard. It's this woman who dips everything in mustard and cottage cheese, and she has a plate that is chicken sausage
together.
Yes, she has this plate that has chicken sausage, like a carrot stick, a celery stick, raw Brussels sprouts.
And this isn't a spoof account. She's serious.
She's serious, and she has cottage cheese, and she has mustard next to one there, and the hearts of palm. That's her other thing. And she takes each one and she dips it in the mustard, and she takes a bite. But she goes for each one: hearts of palm in mustard, carrot in mustard, chicken sausage in mustard. And now I'm not. I promise I'm not trying to make fun of her. It's kind of become like it's own little meme.
Well,
the thing, but I'm not down for raw dipping mustard.
Mine would
down for
chicken
mustard,
breast,
unless
mayonnaise,
it's got honey.
Yeah, mine would be chicken breast, mayonnaise, provolone cheese, mayonnaise, lettuce, mayonnaise, grilled onions, mayonnaise with a ciabatta bun. Like, I mean, it'd be like not bad at all. But I think that's just for me. Like, that's my thing. And I know some people don't like mayonnaise, but it's something that I don't sacrifice the points for that. Like, I'd rather that than even sometimes a bag of chips on the side if it meant I had to choose. So that's my condiment requirement.
Yes.
I'll start with that.
It's so funny, Candice. That's the one I was going to start with too. Although I will say there are some things that I have gotten into the olive oil mayonnaise, the olive oil based mayonnaise, because that is, I believe, 2 points. Is it 2 points for 2 tablespoons? So you get a little bit more bang for your buck, and it doesn't taste like light mayonnaise. It doesn't taste like fake mayonnaise, but 9 times out of 10, same thing. That's 100% worth it to me. And avocado.
Yeah.
Yes. Avocado all day long. That's so worth it. And candy corn.
Okay.
I said it.
Well, this has been a wonderful episode of Real WW. I am done again. I thought I was done. I forgot about this from last year.
Every year we're going to bring it up.
That blasphemy, plasticky, nasty.
I am going to record it.
Artificially disgusting-y.
I'm going to make a video of just me eating candy corn, and I'm going to post it.
Take your candy corn and Peeps and just put them all together.
So I'm with you with the Peeps. I don't like Peeps.
Okay, good.
But I feel like you know this, Erin. You know this. I don't like Peeps. But I feel like, okay, Candice, we have to clarify. Are you talking about actual candy corn, or are you talking about the candy corn pumpkin things?
I'm talking about the nastiness that is candy corn, period.
They're different. Like if you taste the candy corn pumpkin and think, oh, this is it. Like, but I feel like if you have the candy corn, you take little bites of it and you savor it. It's so good. And I don't want to eat 10 of them. Like I can have 5 and I'm like, these are okay, good.
Yeah, like sugar overload. Look at the look of disgust on your face, man.
It's like certain things, like I don't understand people's obsession with like goldfish crackers, where they're like, you can get 54 for 3 points. That's not my thing. I don't get it with the candy corn. I don't get it with the Peeps. None of these things. It's just they're weird little things that are just shouldn't be. Like it's the same thing with what's the other stuff from Christmas? The fruitcake.
Nobody likes fruitcake.
Erin,
I love fruitcake.
Remember? See, I knew that was going to happen because Erin's like, what do you mean? Fruitcake is amazing. And that's how I know I can't trust you guys. Like, that's the problem.
I don't want me in with that. Okay.
But
2 out of 3 things I would agree with.
And then you say things like, I like candy corn. Like, that goes in the trash.
2 out of 3 you and I have agreed on.
What about Tootsie Rolls?
Oh, I love Tootsie Rolls.
I could leave them. I like the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Yes.
Not the chocolate Tootsie Rolls.
Okay, but it's not the first thing that I'm reaching. Like if I've got points I'm going to spend, and I've got other options, that's not worth it for me.
Candy
I don't even
corn,
think
Twizzlers, Tootsie Rolls, all the same things to me, all nastiness. Like Twizzlers.
Did you just say Twizzlers are nastiness?
Yes, because they're only used to make the fake straws to sip soda out of when you go to the movies. Remember, you ever used to do that where you would,
ma'am,
movies.
I miss Twizzlers so much because they've got gluten in them.
Well, then good. They should stay in the trash with all the other things that you shouldn't like candy corn and fruitcake and Tootsie Rolls. Ew, I'm so disappointed. Like, we could talk about good stuff like Sour Patch Kids.
Can I say though, it's hard to trust you when you do not even eat meatballs.
No, remember that's reform.
And meatloaf
or black beans.
No, those things are the beans. We're not going there. I don't eat those.
But how long into your life? So, is it possible? Could we make the argument that because Candice has recently rediscovered certain foods, that Candice could possibly open her palate to something like a candy corn piece?
No, because I can understand and appreciate that meatballs were actually just ground beef in a different form. Or ground turkey. I can fully accept that I had a faux pas there, but candy corn is just artificially nasty, plasticky, weird, textured disgustingness that goes with Peeps.
You guys, we have so far gotten off.
I'm sorry. This episode needs to be titled "What's Really Good and Worth the Points," and what's ridiculous that Erin and Rikki are trying to get Candice to not understand. But as long as Ricky's with me with the fruitcake, I'm okay because I thought that I lost her. But
see, this is the conversation that you get in though when you start thinking about what's worth it to me versus somebody else, and that just shows you how individualized the journey is. Because one thing, like, when you get into Connect and you see like these, I think it goes from like a passionate conversation to like sometimes downright rude. Like if you look at some of them on Connect, like you shouldn't shame somebody because of their personal preferences. Like you guys are shaming me for loving cupcakes.
You're shaming me for the candy corn. We really shouldn't do that because people are individuals.
I'm not shaming you because you don't partake of it. No.
You should. Like, I mean, I really feel like we should be able to say, Erin, it's just not good for you. Okay. Like, it's just not good for your heart and for your mind.
Okay. You ready? I don't think I've ever said this to you guys. I don't understand your obsession with cupcakes. I could totally leave cupcakes.
Oh no. Oh no.
I did.
Was that just to do an unpopular opinion, or is this true? Like, are we serious?
No, I'm serious. I think cupcakes, I would rather have a real piece of cake than a cupcake. I think they're messy to eat. And they half the time like crumble and fall over the place. I would rather have something inside of a dish that I can scoop, which is why I've given you guys like the deconstructed cupcake jars. I've not done cupcakes because to me, they're a hot mess.
I respect you and I respect your decisions and I respect your outlook on life. I vehemently disagree. I cannot fathom why you would say such things. However, I respect you. That hurts. That hurts like the ticker.
See, but that shows like what you view as worth it. I view a piece of cake 100% as worth it.
But isn't a cupcake just a little piece of cake?
It's the way that it's in the form. If that cupcake was in a jar and kind of like deconstructed, I'm 100% in. But the cupcake itself, you're trying to eat it. There's no graceful way to eat it. I think they can 100%. Be beautiful, like works of art, but otherwise,
okay.
You start at the bottom, like you cut it in the middle.
Yes.
You eat the bottom.
Yes.
And then you can take a bite.
And then you can take
a And it's not like, you don't get anything on your face. You just take delicate bites, but you can savor the last bites.
Listen to the teacher.
And to the teacher. Icing.
I mean, I've tried it that way. It's just not for me.
What I can do also is show you, like we can go and I can prove to you, Erin, that you like it. You just don't know it. Mm-hmm. That I'm willing to do. Mm-hmm. But you know what else I think controversial?
I can prove to you candy corn. You'll like it, but you won't see.
Probably not ever going to happen.
It's the same feeling.
I feel strongly that one's a no. Okay. You know what else is controversial that I've seen a lot in Connect and other stuff is butter. Like some people are like, I'd rather have a little bit of real butter than I can't believe it's not butters and the butter-ish sprays and things. Yep. How do you all feel about butter?
I'm 100% for it.
Mm-hmm. In small amounts.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I probably should recuse myself from that one because I use all the plant-based butters, which the plant-based butters are really, really good. Mm-hmm. But even when I could do I can't believe it's not butter sprays and things. Yeah. I just, what I just came down for me was I'd rather have a little bit of the real thing. Mm-hmm. And because of just some of the different chemicals that are involved in making those things happen, I'd rather stay, a little bit on the real thing.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's what's worth it to me.
Sure.
I don't have a strong opinion either way, but it's funny you say that, Erin, because I had a spray thing of I can't believe it's not butter in my fridge. And I've always had that thought of like, what is in this? Like, what in the world is in this? And I don't know how long it's been in my fridge. I didn't even look at the expiration date. I just needed a little bit of sprays on my broccoli and I sprayed it. It tasted fine, but it could be like a year old and it probably like whatever chemicals are in it made it taste, so I probably won't continue to have that, but I do find that more that I've gotten older, I do have actual butter in my house. As opposed to when I grew up, I can't believe it's not butter. I don't have a preference taste wise, but I agree. Like might as well just have some of the real thing, knowing that it might have a high, fat content, but it's not fake, artificial ingredients.
No lie. My mom has had the same spray of I can't believe it's not butter from 1994. Like she's one of those people Like, and sorry, Mom, but it's true. Like, you go inside her fridge and like there's Miracle Whip that you swear that was there from when you were like 13. And you're like, is that the same one? And she's like, it's still good. There's nothing on it. And I'm like, that's the problem. Like, that's the problem.
Right.
It looks exactly the same as it did when I was 13 when you bought it. Like, it should be going bad by now.
Like the Twinkies that just survived the apocalypse.
The French fry from McDonald's that looks the same as the day that it was thrown under your bed.
Right.
For those who have fries under their bed.
All right, let's talk about, so you mentioned French fries, like hamburgers and French fries. Is that worth it for you guys? Is that one of those worth it items, or are there like shortcuts that you take it to make it feel more worth it?
Yeah, if I didn't have, like, you have a gluten intolerance, which I completely understand, but like, just the people who are like, it tastes exactly the same to me for it to be on a piece of lettuce. I just don't agree that it's like this tastes its exact same experience. And it's just, so sometimes I will say, if I really want for, Five Guys burger, I want it the way that it comes, and it's worth it for me to splurge instead of doing all the things that people say I should and pretending that it tastes or is the same experience. So sometimes if I'm really just trying to save points, I'll do it. But I don't, if I'm honest, I like to have it, with the bun, with the cheese, with all the things and the fries. But that's a high point day, it's a high point day.
Yeah.
But if it's worth it to you,
Worth it. Yeah.
Then you're going to count it in and you're going to make it work because it's worth it.
I agree. I mean, I agree with that. A cheeseburger and French fries is probably, one of my favorite things, but I find that it is more worth it when it comes from a place where it's, it's going to be good. Like, I like Shake Shack. I know not everyone likes Shake Shack, but for me, I love their burgers and it's quality meat too. Their French fries are controversial, but I like their French fries. Not everyone likes crinkle fries, but but for me too, it's, I feel like I don't go to Chick-fil-A too often, but it's somewhere I frequent. But for me, trying a new sandwich, something that like I'd never tried before. They had this hot honey sandwich with pimento cheese. And I've only had it once. I just want to try it. I told them do not put the jalapenos on the sandwich, and they didn't because they're Chick-fil-A and it's their pleasure to serve you. So I didn't, it wasn't too spicy for me. I think also because it had honey on it. It was delicious. And for me, trying it the one time, not to say I'm never going to get it again, but like things like that are special and, you're trying it. I know it was probably a ton of points. It wasn't in the tracker. So
it's 21.
21? That's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I tracked it just to see, because I got it and I tracked it, found the nutritional information, and with the jalapenos, which weren't too spicy, just by the way, they really weren't. It really was a different experience in your mouth. Like, you're just like, this is something that, because I'd never had pimento cheese.
Really?
I'd never had it. So then I was like, well, I don't know. Why haven't I had it? I don't know. Let's see.
It's kind of a Southern thing too, isn't it?
That's what I
was
heard.
going to say pimento cheese didn't make its way up. Maryland is so interesting because it's Mason-Dixon line. It's right there on the dividing line between like North and South. And there are some Southern things. And then there are some decidedly Northern, like we do unsweet tea around here. Like if you're in the South, you automatically get a sweet tea. Up here, you automatically get an unsweet tea, like that kind of stuff. Pimento cheese didn't make its way up here. Fascinating.
It was good.
But so what I hear from you guys, especially like what's worth it is, and Rikki, this plays into, you love seasonal things, you love limited edition things. It's worth it to you to try a seasonal or limited edition thing. For someone else, it's like, maybe not. Right.
And for me, things are certain, like you said, it may be the seasonal piece, but it also, for when I'm on vacation, for me, it's important. I want to have maybe one pina colada. I don't know. And some may say, well, don't ever drink your points. But for me, that's what I want. And I may not choose it every single day, but that feels like vacation to me. It just feels like it, and it makes me happy. And I will save the points for that day if I'm counting, because sometimes on vacation, I don't I might not be counting my points. I don't know. But that's something that I think plays into your seasonal question. Like, what are the events or the things that would make something where normally I'm not just waking up on a Tuesday, Thursday and saying, you know what I need today is a pina colada. Like, I just, that's not my thing every day, but for vacation it is.
Yeah. I think kind of where this topic leads into, especially as we're going into fall, we're going into holidays, we're going into Thanksgiving and, Christmas, it's still a little bit off from where we are, but we're definitely moving forward into that holiday seasonal time. So we're talking even, with October and Halloween candy, Reese's pumpkins are only out for a limited time. And then we get into Thanksgiving and, okay, well, what's worth it come Thanksgiving week? What are the foods that we want to indulge in, or what are the foods that we actually just eat because we're trying to be polite to, Aunt Crystal, that type of a thing, right? So
the whole time you were talking, I was trying to find the points for the Reese's peanut butter pumpkin. And two pumpkins, I don't believe that. 2 pumpkins are 9 points.
Oh no.
And then it also says 1 Reese's peanut butter cups pumpkin, 1 piece, 9 points. I more feel that's accurate.
Yeah, that feels more like it.
Because I will see that's part of the honesty of tracking. Because I certainly would say, well, the first thing that came up said that 2 were 9 points.
No. But so you start to think through,
as
we're going in, okay, what is going to be worth it? And put it in the tracker. Don't hide it. Put it in the tracker for what's worth it to you. It's candy corn is worth it to me. So I'm going to track those pieces. Candice is not going to track them, but if somebody made maybe a candy corn looking cupcake that didn't taste like candy corn, that would be 100% worth it to her. And I would be like, no, I'd rather just have the candy corn. Right. So, but we're going to track what we feel like we should be tracking first off. That's back to the basics there, but we need to be accountable for whatever those things may be, and really just spend the points. And
I love don't forget the technique that we talked about eons ago that I still use, which is if I'm thinking about it, it's the beginning of my week and I know I want some candy corn. See, Erin, I'm accepting, right? I know I want some candy corn. I might plan it for Thursday and put it in my tracker for Thursday to have something to look forward to. When I wake up on Thursday, I know it's there. Yeah, that to me has always been a trick or a tip that I think you gave that I just loved because it allowed me to still plan for it and know that even if I might not want to do it today, that it gave me something to look forward to for the week. I did that with Costco pizza and it was a fantastic thing because it's like 20 points for 1 slice of a pepperoni pizza from Costco. And I put it out to Friday. And when I got to Friday, I saw it. Now, what was surprising is on that day, I didn't want it.
Oh.
So that was another thing that you may not consider. It's like, you know what? I did want that on Monday, but then like Friday got here and maybe I wanted something else. So that's something that I've been using to kind of delay without denying.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not doing it today.
Yep.
To see if it's truly that I want it.
Right. Yeah. I love that. We're going to have, we got my mom one of those, the Uni pizza ovens. Oh gosh, it's so much fun where we can make our own like wood fire pizza at home. And so I have that in tracked for next week because we've set a date on the calendar that we're going to do it on a particular date. So I've already I already have, because I've got my gluten-free dough. I've already got my recipe and I'll have my own pizza. And then we're also going to do dessert pizzas. And so I've got it figured out. I mean, I'm going to be way over points. I'm okay being over points because I'm tracking and I'm being accountable for the points. And I'm going to be exercising. And so that'll go towards it. One meal should not derail the whole thing. Yeah. Right? It's one meal out of how many for the week. And so I really need to focus on the landslide of the good. And I'm not even going to call this, it's not even bad. It's just one meal that's going to be indulgent. And that's what WW is about, right? It's about creating space for those things and being accountable for those things.
The
So
livability is key. And that's the reason why I think I can speak for all of us. I know that's probably why we chose this plan and continue to try when people say, well, why do you keep staying in? Because being able to have a plan that really does allow for it based on how you plan, for me, is something that is sustainable for life. And it's not to knock any other plans, because some people, they may say that they can forever just eat no carbs. I just am not that person. And I'm proud of those who can, but that's just not what I choose to do. So if I love bringing up Oprah again, Oprah from last week when we talked about it, bread, like that's her thing. Like, she's like, I'm going to spend it on a nice piece of bread. It makes me happy. And I love that because I'm a bread lover, and that's fine.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for us. We're still friends at the end of this.
I love you.
And I challenge you to ask maybe someone else who's on the WW journey what they find worth it. And also challenge you to be friends with them at the end of that.
Love them regardless. It's okay.
And love them regardless.
I might even bring you all I will bring you some Twizzlers and candy corn in the spirit of friendship.
Candy corn. If you bring me the Twizzlers, I know you're trying to kill me.
Oh, haha. Well, I'll give them to Rikki, but I'll bring you the candy corn.
I don't like Twizzlers.
No, well, then I'll just keep them at the store. Okay.
Candice is like, I'm going to leave them at Target, not bring them home.
Good call.
I love Twizzlers. Okay.
I'll bring you Oreos. Your 3-point double stuffed Oreos.
Bring me my gluten-free Oreos, man. Those suckers are. Listen, if you've got a gluten-free person in your life,
yes,
just bring those to them. They will feel so loved by you. And there's no dairy in them. Did you know Oreos are vegan? Oreos are vegan. Who knew? Now you do. Okay, that's it for us. Goodbye, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.
Oreo. Goodbye.